Hi.
Hi.
I'm Nick.
I'm Jill.
I'm Gab.
And we're Hipstrings.
Yay, it worked. Welcome to the last day of the Base12 Spinalong. Day 10, day 10, day 12, however you want to call it. It has been a fantastic journey this year. And Gab has decided to join us along with... why am I blanking on his name? Jesus.
Good luck.
You need some help? You need the full name?
I know it's Sasquatch of the Night. Why am I blanking on the beginning?
Lord Barrywinkle.
Lord Barrywinkle, thank you. Lord Barrywinkle, Sasquatch of the Night. That is the long Furby that we have mentioned previously. We're already getting comments. Kristen says, hello, Nick and Jill. So sad today is the last day, but I do hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their holiday season. And Red is saying, hey, Gab. So, Jill has gone ahead and maintained her wheel off camera previously,
Yes.
So we'll talk a little bit about that. We'll talk a little
Hopefully
bit about...
it'll still behave.
Lord Barrywinkle. We'll talk a little bit about what Gab is going to be spinning, and I will go ahead and spin
Gab,
what
can
you
you
guys
give me
spun
my
yesterday,
bag?
which is day B.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Base12 bag.
This one?
Yep.
Okay, and I guess I will go ahead and tell everybody at the end my ordering for the ones that I have spun.
So our last fiber is the color purple. It's a hand-carded bat. I thought you'd like to finish off with a bat. Nick has the fiber key that says what things are.
Oh. The color purple is... Okay. You probably want to see the front of my face, not the side of my face. 65% merino wool, 15% tussa silk, 10% mulberry silk, 5% fine Corriedale fleece, and 5% airy silk. And this is just your scam to get you spinning before me, isn't it?
Maybe. Well,
All right.
I haven't actually tested spinning since I changed the wheel up. So
Ha.
whether or not I have take-up is a good question right now.
Oh, interesting. And then, Gab, feel free to start spinning. Do you need a hand or anything?
I'm fine.
You're good? You're good? All right.
Gab is spinning Lord Barrywinkle.
Really?
Yeah.
What a fantastic thing to do. So you can see how the colorway that Gab is holding was inspired by Lord Barrywinkle themselves.
I don't have take-up.
For those of you that, well, I will go ahead and stop spinning while you figure that out. For those of you that did not tune in earlier or may have forgotten, rightfully so, trying to get rid of that trauma, Lord Barrywinkle is a long Furby. So if you're familiar with the Furbies from the 90s, wow, you're really going...
I don't trust this bobbin anymore. We're just going to go with a new bobbin.
Okay. Furbies from the 90s, now there is a trend of making them long. And so as you can see, as Lord Barrywinkle is draped across Gab's lap, both the fiber and the Furby, they are quite long. Gab, how long is long Furby? Or how long is Lord Barrywinkle?
Lord Barrywinkle is 6 feet long.
6 feet long.
What's your longest one you've made?
Like 9 or 10 feet.
Yeah. Because there was Sir Greyfrost. Does Sir Greyfrost have a longer name?
Sir Greyfrost, Watcher of the Dark.
There you go. Okay. I knew he had a longer name. So I'll wait to see how you're
See if I'm right.
Do you have take-up now?
I won't know until I'm actually spinning.
Understand. There you go. There you go.
We have take-up.
That actually looks like you know how to spin now.
Thanks.
So we've got a couple of comments already. Red saying, great that Lord Barrywinkle can join us. Amy says, hi Gab, can't believe we're at the last day already. Heather says, my favorite, I need pounds of it. Red says, I like this bat, and you know, I don't even like purple. And Diane says, happy last day, love this bat, may need more of this one. Kristen says, do I spy a utilikilt? You spy a kilt, yes indeed. This is actually not a utilikilt though. It is from a brand called Stumptown Kilts.
Forever.
Yeah.
The I actually really, really like this. My friend Ross introduced me to them. They're a
Which
brand
direction do
out
I
in
go?
Portland. Whichever
You
direction
want to make the fire go that way.
Okay.
I mean, as long as you're consistent. It doesn't have to go that way.
If want to match what they've already spun.
That's fair. But yes, Stumptown kilts. I love them. This I actually, when we first started doing shows, I decided, you know what, I'm going to be weird and different. I'm going to wear kilts for every show. So this is the first one that I got. Now
But
I have,
I think you got that one before Hipstrings existed.
yeah, I know, and it's kept looking brand new. I absolutely
Well, the nice thing is
adore
that
it.
Stumptown, unlike the utility kilts and some of the other brands, there's no Velcro.
Yeah.
And Velcro and fiber life do not go together.
Well, also, I mean, it wears out over time, and you have to replace it. This is all
No elastic, no Velcro. It's all
snaps. And the snaps have done well for me when I've both gone bigger and smaller from when I purchased it. So I can't speak high enough praise for them. Except I wish they had more colors, because I've gotten all the colors that I want out of them, and I want to buy more from them, but they don't have enough colors. Hollis says, I've heard you mention Discord, but I don't know what that is or how to join. Okay, so Discord is basically a chat room. It is a specific version of it. It's kind of like what you'd use for Facebook Messenger or for Google Chats, but it's a different program.
Big group
and
chats.
They're big group chats, and the nice thing is that there's different threads for different topics. So when you go on the Hipstrings Discord itself, you can find a thread specifically about Base12. You can find something about finished objects. You can find, just talking about fiber stuff in general.
There's a web version. There's a desktop version. There's a mobile
version.
app.
Yeah. And if you click on the link that is, it should be in all of the descriptions now for these Base 12s. You click on the link, it should take you to Discord. If you're logged in, it should add the Hipstrings Discord channel to your Discord. If you're not logged in, it should entice you to sign up and log in and all that jazz. So if you have any problems, feel free to message us, send us an email, reach us in any of the standard Hipstrings contact methods. Hopefully that helps. Red says, Heather, a few years ago, I actually did buy a pound of bats after Base 12, so rock on with your bad self. Cross Melina Band says, you really did save the best for last. I love this bat. Amy says, I suck at Discord, but we'll try to remember to sign on and catch up. That's one of the nice things about using something like Discord. It's very situational. You don't have to just keep on it all time. If you want to just come on and chat and see what's been happening in the last couple of messages, that's all you need to do. You don't need to catch up on anything. Or Discord will keep track of where you last were when you last signed on. Mm-hmm. The one complaint I have about Discord is if you are on the PC, if you're signed in on a computer,
all your notifications will go there.
All your notifications preferentially go to the computer. It's something they're aware of. They might fix it sometime in the next 3 years or something. So you won't get notifications of something on your phone if your computer's on and signed in. So just if you leave your computer, sign out, or tell it to go to sleep, and then you'll get all the notifications on your phone again.
Okay, so I'm really proud of myself for fixing my wheel.
Yes, we should talk about that.
So I'm going to talk about that. So I've been struggling. So I went and I did a couple things. I cut off part of my brake band and went to fresh brake band material. I then went and cleaned off my shaft and lubed it again. There was a little bit of dirt on it. The big thing I discovered was two different things. One, there was something up with the inside of my bobbin with the bearings, and there was like some very hard plastic string material that was obviously rubbing.
It's probably part of the 3D print.
It's probably part of the 3D print.
So if you remember yesterday,
I tried to remove it, but obviously I don't think I got all of it, and that's why that bobbin was still giving me a fit.
if you remember yesterday, we were talking about reaming the bobbin shaft and making sure that it actually got everything out.
Yeah.
That's basically what Jill did there.
And then the big thing was I had said that I messed up something with my footman connectors when I was putting on the new dry band, and yes, I did. I took them apart and I found that actually I made them about a centimeter too short. So
Centimeters a lot.
yeah, it was a lot.
And
so
how did you figure that out? Because I thought that was your description of it.
I
was
found
really
the
good.
original holes and then I found the new holes I made.
Well,
in the connector.
no, what I was that's actually a good point. But what I was getting at was you described that when your footmen were too short, that it was like a rabbit hopping type of.
Yeah, I was having a
motion.
hard time getting my treadling nice and smooth. The stroke length was shorter. I could kind of feel that the stroke length of my treadling was shorter. Now it's very happy and bobby. And I'm not having trouble with getting my wheel started, which I've been having the entire time. So my treadling's nice and light and happy again.
Huzzah. And I do want to just point out, Jill didn't put it away before the podcast, and then I said, no, leave it here. This is Jill's wheel tune-up kit. It says so on multiple sides.
It has hex keys, it has springs, it has extra
it does
bearings.
appear that it might have chocolate in it, but it's not actually
Those
chocolate.
are drive bands.
Those are just drive bands. I don't know why they're in a chocolate bag. It has extra springs. And so this is something you got off Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Just a ton of different sized springs. It has hex keys or Allen wrenches of all sizes, and I absolutely adore these types of sets
You can
because it
actually
keeps it all together.
You can actually remove them completely if you need to.
Yeah, and the way you remove them is by taking one of the other sets, and it's fascinating. So this is the English style, and this is the metric style, and the English style is held together with metric style screws so that you can use the other one to take it apart.
I've got some brake band material.
You've got the handy dandy screwdriver,
Yep.
brake band material, and then you have extra bearings.
Yeah, those are the bearings that go in the electric eel because they're liable to wander.
And then for some reason you have a swatch in here? What's that
I
about?
was using that, so when I had to have this higher, it wasn't gripping the head, so I needed a spacer. So I was using a tiny little swatch as a spacer.
And then you have
A threader.
a little threader just to round it out. So having all that together in a box is super
And
useful.
usually there's
when
a
you have
bottle of
herd
lube in
wheels.
there.
Oh, usually there's lube in there as well?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Gab has been a little bit quiet. Gab has been focusing, for sure. And what we can bring Gab into the conversation now with the fact that all three of the sweaters we're wearing are actually Gab sweaters.
You stole them.
Yeah. Well, I finished the one I'm wearing today. I finished the knitting on it.
So the one that Jill is wearing is a gift for Gab. So go ahead and talk about that.
So this is, gosh, I forget the name. It's an Alicia Plummer pattern. I forget what the name is though. But it's in Hipstrings Target worsted in the colorway. They make up everything. This was a seconds. It has little white spots, which aren't supposed to be there. So Gab claimed it. And then Gab is wearing a Elizabeth Zimmerman hybrid saddle sweater that they knit mostly themselves.
Yeah.
In honors bio, you said?
Yeah, mostly in honors bio last year.
Which I absolutely adore that your teachers allow you to knit in class because it helps you concentrate.
I get halfway through the year and I'm like, these teachers won't mind.
And it's also in some Target worsted I dyed for Gab. If you can't tell, Gab has a favorite color.
How could you tell?
And then Nick's wearing...
Yeah, what am I wearing? Because you came in literally
I don't know what the
5
pattern
minutes.
is. It's a hoodie in Target Sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a hood up here.
Lord Barrowwinkle has a sweater in Tarhi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the one you're finishing for their gift?
It's done now.
Okay. You must avert Lord Barrowwinkle's eyes.
He's not looking.
Okay, good.
I swear. We have a sweater.
You gotta hold it out. Yeah.
It's a sweater. I swear.
So a long Furby has to have a long sweater,
Yeah.
and
It's a tube.
that's gonna be Lord
And
Barrowwinkle's
that's
Christmas
some
present
double
tomorrow.
major
Yeah.
and some polar TK, if I
Yeah,
remember
it's
correctly.
gradient from black into blue, and I thought it would blend more seamlessly between the blue and whatever's in the middle. It didn't.
So it's a striped sweater.
Yeah. I started that during Shenandoah 3 years ago.
And you just finished it today.
Yeah. No, well, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
I finished the knitting in English.
Diane notes, everyone's hair matches their sweater.
Yes.
Did you do that on purpose, Jill?
No. I did. I have been enjoying knitting on this sweater that it matches my hair.
So I should rewind a little bit. So Stephanie is applauding you for fixing your wheel. Heather asks, you should link them in the notes if it's not too much trouble, talking about the tune-up kit. Yeah, absolutely. I think we should definitely list them. And Amy is particularly interested in the hex key sets. So we will go ahead and find those. Those are actually just the Amazon Basics one. I also have another set that I really, really like that I think I got from Home Depot.
Yeah.
So we can point
They're
out some.
very, very handy things to have around.
Yeah. Because the thing I hate the most is you have a hex key set and you're like, oh, well, I'm just going to take this one out and I'm going to leave the rest of them somewhere. And you invariably end up with one hex key that's lost. Or the opposite that happens, you buy way too much IKEA furniture like we do, and then you have all of their hex keys just randomly strewn around places.
Yes.
So, by the way, finishing up talking about the sweaters, I normally have a traditional sweater that I wear, and I was wearing until Jill brought this down, a traditional sweater that I wear for the end of Base 12, which is my wonderful Space Invader colorwork sweater. I didn't make this. This is actually from ThinkGeek, back when ThinkGeek existed. And I absolutely adore it. And yeah, that's that. So you got 4 sweaters today instead of just 2.
5 sweaters. We also got Lord Barrowwinkle's.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so that's a. Uh-oh.
What?
I realized something terrible.
Oh, did you not prepare?
I didn't prepare because I was too busy gaming, and I don't have my phone with me. So Heather says, Nick just described my tool collection. How dare you, sir? Like I said, it's very common. It is absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
So I am incidentally drinking Seraphine Golden Ale with hibiscus and rose hips that Stephanie brought when she was over, and it is fantastic. I was saving it also for this auspicious day.
Gab's going to be over here like spinning 4 ounces in the time it takes us to spin half.
Yes, well, Gab is spinning a little bit thicker. You want to try?
Yes, a little bit thicker.
It's been worse.
What do you mean worse?
Thickness.
There is nothing.
It's actually pretty.
But you're trying to
consistent.
match.
Just because
Oh,
it's
I don't
called.
know what size it was last time.
Did you ply it last time?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, we have a tool that might
No.
help with that. Also, Gab, just because it's called worsted weight doesn't mean it's worse. Okay. There's my dad joke, right?
There go your eyebrows.
Okay. All right. So, I feel like I've been just jibber-jabbering and not spinning enough. What else? Oh yeah, I guess we were talking about how Gab did all of their sweater spinning in bio, and you were
Knitting.
Or yeah, sweater knitting. It'd be a little bit difficult to spin in class. So you were so proud of finishing that sweater that you brought it in and showed it to your bio teacher.
Yeah.
Because it was a year later, right?
Yeah.
What did your bio teacher say?
She liked it.
Yeah.
She was very impressed.
What was great with the sweater that I knit is I was on the ribbing, and I really don't enjoy knitting ribbing. So Nick was like, "Do you want me to do it?" And thankfully, Nick and I like knit at almost the exact same gauge.
I know. We wear the same sweater. We knit at the same gauge. It's like we're the same people.
And so he knit all the ribbing for me.
That's true love there. Mm-hmm. No, I actually don't mind knitting ribbing. I mean, I prefer just knitting stockinette in the round, but ribbing is close second. Better than color work. I am so regretting this.
You're gonna love it when it's finished.
I'm gonna love it when I finish, but I'm regretting this sweater I chewed off.
At least it isn't
a bit off.
fingering weight all over color work.
Yeah.
Because that's why I've been in that Base12 sweater.
Yeah. 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 But I think I'm done with my swatch for it, so I'm going to be able to wash and block that and verify am I going to get the right sort of patterning that I want and the right size of squares.
I am so proud of you for how much prep you've been putting into this sweater.
I want to get it done right. And it's not just a single sweater I'm really prepping for. It's like a whole series of them. So Kathleen says, I can picture Gab sitting in class, spinning on a nano, not missing a beat in the studies. So yeah, we need to, I don't know, Gab, what do you think? You could have a little
will it fits in a lunch box?
No.
No?
No.
Don't think you could get away with that?
I don't think so.
You probably don't have the table space is the problem.
Yeah, I think
you have tiny desks.
I need to fit my notes and my, like, e-spinner on it. I don't think it would fit.
You just need a drop spindle is what you need.
Yeah.
That'd be a little bit distracting for others, though.
Yeah. The thing is, I usually have to stop halfway through my row and, like,
take a
write
note.
down notes. Yeah.
That's good. It shows you're paying attention.
Yeah. My rule for knitting is in class is I have to look like I'm paying so much attention that they can't get mad at me.
I mean, that's
eye contact is important.
Yeah.
Getting good grades also kind of, helps out with that. All right. Let's see what else is going on.
I've been crafting.
You've been crafting. You want to talk
lot.
about the crafting you've been doing?
Well, most of it is gifts, which includes you.
So,
Okay, well, don't talk about what you've been crafting for me.
Or
don't
me.
Talk about what you've been crafting for Mother.
I can say the vague idea of what I made.
Okay, go for it.
So, I made a bunch of gifts for my friends. For one of my friends, I'd made a vest with velvet, like it's a black velvet vest. And then my sewing machine decided it didn't want to make buttonholes, so I had to remake the vest. That was fun. I knit a hat for someone. I'm knitting another hat for someone else. I knit a cowl for someone. I sewed a jacket for someone. And then, for Father is getting a vest. Mother is getting a dress that I still need to finish.
You just have hand sewing left on that.
Yeah, the youngest child is also getting a vest.
Oh, nice.
And that's it.
Only.
Nothing for Adrian?
No, I couldn't think of anything.
That's all right. I think you have your plate a little bit full with all the various projects.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do after?
I don't know.
After all
Oh,
these
you've got
gifts
like
you've
a
given?
2 like whole weeks and then musical
Yeah.
costumes start.
So you're just going to remake your entire wardrobe from scratch, right?
Yeah.
Well, I did get you a bolt of black and white linen.
Well, I need to like figure out the 2 weeks before musical starts is when I make my Gene Kelly outfit.
Ah, that's right.
You could do that early.
So Gene Kelly's is musical theater awards for the high schools in Allegheny County.
Yeah.
So basically
Like
Pittsburgh and the
area.
surrounding
Yeah.
school districts. We have very tiny school districts here.
Yeah.
Got to have something good to wear.
Yeah, because I'll be like on stage probably.
Are you actually going to be on stage this year?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
If you guys
we've been
get
nominated for costumes the past 2 years, as far as, and maybe more than that. I don't remember. So probably.
By the way, Naomi says, I used to cross-stitch during class. Teachers always gave me a desk in the back of the room and never said a word since my grades were high. That's a great combination of being able to provide a good distraction-free environment for the person crafting and for the other students.
yes.
I like it.
Most of my classes we get to pick where we sit because my teachers trust the honors kids.
I still haven't gotten to the point where I feel comfortable knitting in a in-person work meeting, but oh my gosh, like I have flat out told just about everybody, look, if I'm in a meeting with you and my camera's not on, I'm probably knitting. If my camera's on, I still might be knitting. It's just my knitting is below the camera.
So I'm very proud of myself. I'm going to finish the year with less whips than I have fingers on a hand.
Wow. On one hand or on
On
two?
one hand.
Wow. That's impressive.
I've got one thing that will take forever. I've got something else that there might be a chance of finishing it. And then I've got like a sock.
A pair of socks?
No,
or
a
just
sock.
A single sock? Nice.
Because the
Is it
first
my
sock's
sock?
it's your sock. Anybody want to guess what colors it is?
I'm going to bet that there's purple somewhere in
There's
it.
purple, there's black, there's gray, there's white.
Yeah.
Just like Blood Boy.
Yeah. There's a theme going on here.
There is a theme.
But I have a wheel to build.
You have a wheel to build. Does that technically count as a whip?
It's not knitting whip.
So therefore, it's fine.
Yeah. I've got a spinning whip.
I'm so sorry.
Well, I've done like 2 ounces.
You're spinning thinner than usual. You've done 2 ounces?
I think
Wow,
so.
Gab really beat us all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I may have gotten like halfway through the 4 ounce.
Wow.
Maybe a little less.
Well, yeah, that bobbin's filling up real fast. I'm trying to think, what whips do I have? Because I've got...
I lost count.
Can you remember them?
Well, I've got the manliest knitting project in the
Yes.
world, which I don't think ever can be finished, because that is
Please finish it.
I have a pair of socks that I'm working on. I have this... What do we call in the blanket?
It's a log cabin
Log
blanket.
cabin blanket, yeah. Where basically, Jill has all sorts of worsted
Chunky
weight,
scraps.
worsted or chunky scraps, or even full skeins that you don't want to use.
Yeah.
Or things that went into a weaving project that where you were like, nah, this isn't going to work well. And you undid it, and so there's like randomly length
Yes.
strips of
There was
hand
a
spun.
warp incident.
So yeah, working on that's gonna just last forever. So far, it's the size of 2 lap blankets, which is nice.
Amy's reminding you have a base 12 to apply.
I have a base 12 to knit, a base 12 to ply, another base 12 to ply. I have
A base 12 to rip out.
a base 12 to rip out. Yeah, that's true too. Oh. I've got this BB-8 sweater that I'm working on. And then there's going to be a weaving project that
Hopefully, yeah.
hopefully, I've been spinning some alpaca. I just fell in love with the color of this alpaca fleece. That was sort of this.
It's cinnamon.
Okay, yeah. I was trying to figure out what version of mustard do I want to describe, but cinnamon is a much better name for it.
Mustard's yellow. This is not yellow. This is a brown.
But like, it's like an oxidized Grey Poupon.
Cinnamon is a much better color description.
I said. So, yeah, I ended up spinning up a bunch of that in singles, and Jill was like, we should make this into a poncho. So I thought that was great. And then we're going to, the key aspect is to weave it into a poncho. So we just need to get Jill's loom dressed.
Yeah.
Because it's very naked right now.
Yeah, it's been naked for a while, but I'm in the midst of installing a sectional beam. So I have to do like the last steps. And I have, the warp is all chained up. So.
And then I get to weave on that.
Yeah, I think I have to add like some rubber bands or something and do the tie-ons for the sectional beam.
Is that everything that I have? There's a sweater I was going to start that's just it's this
Okay,
one, right?
okay, yeah, it's this one, but
Yeah.
we don't count projects set aside as whips.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't actually started that one. I think that's all the ones I've actually started. No, that's not true. There's the Pokemon hat that I was designing. When the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet came out, they had a knit hat.
Do we need to look up when that came out?
No, we really don't. I'm sure somebody online will. There was a knit hat, and I decided I want to make this as an actual hat. I wanted to make a pattern. And I got like a good 80% through it.
Yeah.
And had a good design for it and everything. Much better than the other ones that I've seen out there, by the way. Like, it actually took the pattern that's shown on the knit hat in the game and had it as actual, like, knitting and purling elements with
You did have
increases and
cables
decreases
and
and stuff and cables, and it was cool. And I didn't take enough notes, and it sat around because there was some crisis that happened, and so that's sitting around for me to pick up. I feel like there's one more. Anyway, so those are my whips. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I realized in all
So
that
you need to
stalling
tell-
time, I should have talked about what order I did my spinning in. So I think this is all in the right order. And I
Okay,
think this
you
is
want to give me the
everything.
fiber key?
Why do you want the fiber key?
So I can tell
the
people what
names.
the names are.
Okay, so I started on day 1 with number 8,
Old Man in the Sea, hand-carded bat.
number 4,
Goblin mode.
number 2,
Clockwork Orange.
number 5,
Kingfisher.
number 1,
Wormwood.
number 7.
Spruce.
Okay, so that's my first bobbin. Second bobbin, 3,
The Stacks.
6,
Grey's Anatomy.
10,
The Color Purple.
A,
Prussian Blue.
9,
Odin.
B.
Chiron.
Yeah, that's all of them.
So, as we're finishing up, and to give Nick a chance to prepare.
I can't. Give me your phone.
What was your favorite spin of Base 12?
And Amy, by the way, says, insufficient notes destroys my weaving plans on a regular basis. I'll remember, never actually happens. And I did take some notes. The problem is, I think I'd used a little bit too much shorthand.
So you can't even read your own notes?
I can read it, I just don't know what they mean.
Oh.
So
That's very helpful.
it is, don't you know?
So I think my favorite is Old Man and the Sea.
Why is that?
Or no, not Old Man and the Sea. Grey's Anatomy.
Okay, why is that?
Because I really like complex neutrals. And it isn't just a flat gray. It has like blue and blue-green and purple in it, as well as being gray. So that's like my favorite kind of... So Melissa says all the Cormo Silk combos. Diana says the color purple, and discovered her love for treadle wheels again. Kristen says Old Man and the Sea was her favorite. So I've actually been trying to take a bit of a break. So I have a little bit of work to wrap up so that I have everything so that I can put the bats up for pre-order. That will happen sometime by the end of this week. If you want custom dyeing of any of the hand-dyed Cormo Silk, I can do that. Email is the best way because that's a longer turnaround. I'm actually in the midst of doing a whole bunch of dyeing for a retreat. So like my production schedule for dyeing is, not necessarily set, that I can do things on quick turnover. So that's why email is best if you want custom dyeing. And those you can do on any of my bases, whatever's in stock. And I can let you know pricing and timelines if you email me. And Kingfisher will also be up by the end of the week, along with the bats. For the bats, they'll all be listed under a single listing. They'll only they'll be at hipstrings.com, not Etsy. They're made to order, usually about 2-week lead time. And all 4 bats will be under a single listing. And if you search for Base 12, no space, on the website, they'll come up.
I think just from a color standpoint, Kingfisher was probably my favorite. I absolutely loved how that looked. That was really cool. Did you catch up? Let's see.
Red said the bats.
Michelle
says no,
Kristen's
purple.
Old Man of the Sea was my favorite. Adored the colors.
Michelle says Kingfisher was her fave. And the bats.
And Amy says, my favorite part's that I pulled out my Lendrum again. Really glad that I did. So I apologize for not having done my homework, but I think I found a really good, moderately topical one because it snowed, not today, but yesterday. And we played in the snow. We had a lot of fun with that. So what do you call a really fit snowman with a six-pack?
I don't know.
The abdominal snowman. Let's go back to the comments here. Christina says, my favorite is the color purple. Cross Molina Band says, this whole 12 days has been wonderful. I may not have been in the chat every night, but I was here for each. Thanks all for all the work you put into this. Happy Christmas to all. Thank you all for coming. Both, if you've been here with us, just watching along live, if you've been chatting along with us, if you're watching this sometime in the future, either watching it again or watching it for the first time, thank you all for coming around and taking a look at us. We really enjoy doing this. It's actually, I don't want to say it's not a lot of work, but it doesn't feel like a lot of work because it's enjoyable. Now, you do most of the work too. So I love the look you gave me there. No, but
Honestly, I have a pretty sweet gig. Thanks to all of you.
So we really enjoy this. Thank you, everybody. It is absolutely worth it. We say this every year. We need to do more videos. I think this might be the year. I think we also say that every year. But hey, nag us, talk to us. And
Nagging us works really well.
also, get on the Discord. If you can't find a way to get on the Discord, email us. Find us at a show. We are definitely going to be.
There will be 2 shows next year.
Yeah, well.
We'll be at Maryland Sheep and Wool. That's the first weekend in May. And we'll be at Super Summer Knit Together.
And you already have a bunch of classes that you have scheduled.
Yeah, so I am teaching at Maryland Winterfest at the end of January. I think those classes have all sold out now. I'll be teaching in person at Maryland Sheep and Wool. Those classes will get announced. I usually think about mid-January. Registration's usually in February. I'm teaching at Spin Camp at Darn Knit Anyway in Stillwater, Minnesota, for a day of their retreat that is May 15th through 17th. You can sign up either for a single day or for the 3 days of teaching. The other teachers are also great and fantastic. And then I'll be teaching at MAFA, a 2.5 day class on consistency. Registration opens for that in February. It first opens up to guild members, but you can also register as an individual, member of MAFA, if you want to get that early registration.
And you've also mentioned that you are available for guilds and things like that. If you guys want to get together, reach out, get Jill to come out and do some classes, some custom classes. You've got a lot of ply articles coming out.
Yeah, and more than working on. So.
And
you'll be hearing a lot from me in 2025.
Also, if you're in the Pittsburgh area, then we have this Crafty House. What's the website for that?
I don't remember exactly.
So we're going to have to put some of that up on our website.
Yeah, I'll be doing some local workshops as well as Nick.
Yeah. If you want to get some smaller classes in the Pittsburgh area. And the Hipstrings studio is open by appointment. So again, please reach out. We love talking to everybody. We love talking about this stuff. Thank you very much for letting us have some fun. And Gab has almost filled a bobbin in the time that we've done this. So now I'm feeling rather inadequate.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Enjoy. We will try to find a time to do some flying.
Yeah, but we're always on the Discord too. So happy holidays, happy New Year, happy spinning. We'll see you next time.
Bye.